Hi everyone, welcome to the Startup Operator podcast. We're talking to Bisu, who is the co-founder of KuKu FM. He was recently recognized in the 30 under 30 Asia list. KuKu FM is working towards democratizing content for Indian users. They offer a wide catalog of audiobooks, stories, courses, talk shows, and news in Indian languages. So without further ado, welcome Bisu. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thanks for inviting me here.
Right. So I want to focus on the genesis of KuKu FM, and what I read was you saying people lose countless hours to mundane activities such as commuting, chores, staring at their phones. What if we could turn these little blocks of unallocated time into memorable and precious moments of joy, learning, and reflection? If you could share more about that
Yeah.
specifically.
So this is very interesting. I think now we have I think we can elaborate into two parts. So we daily spend our time in two parts. One is on screen, and one is off the screen.
Correct.
So the internet is so much into our life, so that we can divide our life into two parts. So in the same time, in last 20 or 25 years, we optimized the screen so much that you can get anything there. Social media, videos, blogs, games, everything. Like we optimized the screen so much that you can spend countless time there and you can enjoy yourself. You can work there. You can like improve your quality of life. But there are still significant time that we spend off the screen. Like there are around 6 to 8 hours that we spend off the screen, and that time is like commuting, jogging, doing stuff at home, or doing other things off the screen. And most of the time we feel that we are wasting that time. If we can use that time, then we will feel good.
Yeah.
So I focused this on this problem, that how can we use this off screen time? Like how can I add value in this your time, where you are like now you are feeling that I am wasting my time. Can I add something there, and you can feel that wow, now I am using my time.
Right.
So our vision is make life better off the screen.
Right.
So this is our tagline, and we are working for this like day and night from last
Fantastic.
2.5 years.
I've seen that behavior with me as well, right? So I woke up to the world of podcasts about 2 to 3 years back, and before that, I mean, I would just not understand how people would consume like 1.5 hours, 2 hours of discussion content, right? I would wonder, I mean, who will listen to this? But then I've come around to being an active podcast listener and so on, and especially under lockdown, जब झाड़ू पोछा करना पड़ता है.
So this is also started like in same way with me. So this is my second company. So in first company, I was solving the problem that like education is not the like up to mark quality. So the internet is the way to reach everyone. So I started my company in 2012. First company, it was the model like Topper or Byju's, and I was running like I was trying to solve that problem. And in 2015, we got acquired by Topper.com. And after that I like moved to Mumbai and like started working in Topper. Like from that day I was always in my mind that I will start my second company means I will solve some problem in this world that like I can enjoy myself, I can satisfy myself. So from that day, like I was exploring that which problem is the most burning problem that I can pick and solve with that problem. So when I was in Topper, during that time I started listening podcast. Actually, when I was listening podcast, I started feeling that wow, like ये time जो मेरा waste जा रहा था, now it is like started adding value in my life. तो जब मैं jogging करता था सुबह like for 1 hour, I started listening podcast. जब मैं ऑफिस जा रहा हूँ around 1.5 hour time लगता था, I started listening podcast. और वो time अब मेरे को waste नहीं लग रहा था. So suddenly I realized that yeah, this is the problem. Like from last 20 to 25, everyone is focusing on screen. This is the completely like new problem. Hardware is already there. Like every big company is working for the hardware and voice assistant. Like they are bringing smart speaker, they are working for smart homes, they are working for smart cars. So hardware is there, and their voice assistance is also there. Now the content is missing. Like people want to improve their life off the screen. So this idea came from like my real life experience, and this problem is worth solving. Like people are feeling that they are wasting their time like 6 to 8 hours in these mundane activities,
Yeah.
So
No,
it clicked me and
absolutely. And
started working.
yeah, and unlike, looking at a screen, it's less stressful also, I would say, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, when you have that audio running in the background. Yeah, so that's amazing. And you founded KuKu FM in 2018. How has the journey been like post that?
Okay, so in last 2 year, so as I told you, yeah, we've picked one problem and now we are solving that problem, like make life better off the screen, and this problem is worth solving. From in last 2 year, we are working day and night to solve this problem that make life better off the screen. And there are like in the beginning we thought that maybe we are excited to solve this problem, but maybe you just don't want it. They just want to spend their time on the screen. We are just excited. So we spend some time in the survey that क्या यूजर्स को एक्चुअल में जरूरत है या जस्ट हम ही एक्साइटेड है, एंड वी फाइंड आउट यार लोगों पीपल आर ऑलरेडी ट्राइंग टू लिसन, लाइक ऑलरेडी ट्राइंग टू देयर ऑफ द स्क्रीन द टाइम, बट दे वर नॉट गेटिंग द गुड प्रोडक्ट. So in 2018, like we in 1 week we make a one MVP and we released in 1 week, and we find like very great results in on the one MVP with just 100 podcast channels. So the actually we started with MVP. We released that MVP in 1 week and we find like very good result on that MVP. Like our average listening time per user per day was 40 minutes. And the other content platforms, their average time is 20 to 25 minutes. So that was like on MVP we were getting that good result. So we started doubling down on this and keep that this is actual problem, we have to solve it. And like in the journey, like we got some like very great moments also. Like when I started the company, I never thought that there is this like segment like blind people's community, around 2 million 3 million people in India. They were waiting this kind of product. So one day I was just talking to our users just to get the feedback that how you like our product or not, what kind of content do you like and when do you listen. So I was talking one person, so he suddenly said that yeah sir, मैं आपसे पिछले 1 महीने से कॉल करने की ट्राई कर रहा था, but I was not able to reach you out. I thought that it is very simple. Yeah, in their app there like help section and you can call us anytime. In our company somebody will pick your call. Like why didn't you find? Like sir, मैं ट्राई कर रहा था, मेरे को मिला नहीं. Then he started telling his story कि यार मैं पिछले 6 महीने से इस ऐप को यूज कर रहा हूँ और मेरी लाइफ एकदम completely चेंज हो गई है. Like पहले मैं बहुत बोर हो रहा था and now like my life is completely on KuKu FM. So like I was very excited and I started asking कि कब सुनते हो, क्या सुनते हो, what kind of content do you need. Then उनकी mother भी आ गई in between the call and she started like become very emotional कि यार this product is the like most important thing I find in my life कि my son की life ही change हो गई ना. So ऐसा क्या बना दिया हमने. Then suddenly she said like my son is blind. So like that moment was like, oh my God. Okay, so I was so emotional in that moment that yeah, this is the thing that sometimes you didn't even think yeah, ठीक है, I am solving this problem, but your like solution impact other people also. कि यार तुमने कभी सोचा भी नहीं, but वो लोगों को इतना ज्यादा impact हो रहा है. Then I find out from that person कि यार हमारी एक blind लोगों की community है जहाँ पे हम more than 1000 लोग हैं और उसके अंदर हमारे सब लोग KuKu FM यूज करते हैं. So that was like kind of satisfaction moment. And like इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे moments आए जहाँ पे पर like लोग जिसमें बहुत उनको मेहनत करनी पड़ती है but they didn't get the time to learn something. So there are people who are in like doing MLM kind of job, delivery kind of job. तो उनको टाइम मिलता ही नहीं है कुछ सीखने के लिए, कुछ लर्न करने के लिए. So they are using KuKu FM और जब हम उनसे बात करते हैं तो इतना satisfaction मिलता है. And currently like we are in the phase ki around there is around 20 lakh people who are using our product monthly, and like average listening time per user per day is around 50 minutes.
Wow.
And our top 10% users are using 180 minute daily.
Wow.
180 minute daily. So this is like wonderful.
Staggering numbers.
Yes, yeah. We
Crazy.
are so excited about this. Like it's going great. Yeah.
Awesome, man. It's very easy to see the enthusiasm you have for something like this, right? एक और चीज है आपका ऐप जो है, I mean you cater to a lot of Indian languages, right? So Was it a conscious decision as well to reach that user, the Bharat user as we call it?
Yeah, so actually when we started the company, when we were doing the survey, we find out, yeah, there are a lot of geo users in the market, new internet users, and they don't have any content platform to consume. They are like very little. There are like share chat and some other platforms, but they don't have enough content to consume. So we started in Hindi, ki, yaar, let's reach out to these new users. But in 1 month, we realized, yeah, these new users are not listening to audio. And the biggest reason was कि यार जो new internet users हैं वो इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन प्रोडक्ट वाले यूज करते हैं. टिकटॉक हो गया, यूट्यूब हो गया, सोशल मीडिया हो गया, गेम्स हो गया. उनको ये जो लाइफ में वैल्यू वाली चीज होती है ना, वो सुनने के लिए टाइम नहीं है. अभी वो जस्ट इंटरनेट पे आए और उनको ये सुनना है तो वो सुन ही नहीं रहे. हमारा प्रोडक्ट वो यूज कर रहे थे जो लाइक मोस्टली टीयर 1 और टीयर 2 सिटीज में है और जिनको अपनी लाइफ में लाइक टाइम की वैल्यू है. लाइक दे वांट टू यूज देयर टाइम like in effective ways. So these people were using our platform. So we suddenly changed our marketing strategies कि यार हमें tier 2 tier 1 cities के लोग ही चाहिए. तो currently like 85% our users are from tier 1 and tier 2 cities.
Right.
So yeah, so even like after some time we realized कि यार this story is true for everyone. Like every internet users, even जब हम भी internet पे आए थे, फर्स्ट टाइम वी ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड यूजिंग लाइक इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन. लाइक हम भी वीडियोस देखते थे, मूवीज देखते थे, सोशल मीडिया चलाते थे. ओवर दैट टाइम आवर लाइक आफ्टर 1 year 2 year वी स्टार्टेड शिफ्टिंग टू मीनिंगफुल कंटेंट. एजुकेशन कोर्सेज कर रहे हैं या ब्लॉग्स पढ़ रहे हैं. इन ऑडियो इज आल्सो इन दैट सेगमेंट, लाइक मीनिंगफुल कंटेंट काइंड ऑफ सेगमेंट. व्हेन यू वांट टू इंप्रूव योर लाइफ देन यू यूज द ऑडियो.
Right. What are some other attributes, characteristics you see of your users commonly? I mean, कैसे use कर रहे हैं लोग मतलब?
So this is also very interesting actually. So as our tagline say, that make life better off the screen. तो हमारा सबसे बड़ा पीक आता है in the morning and in the evening, जब लोग mostly उठते ही commute कर रहे हैं या कुछ घर पे काम कर रहे हैं. Again जब घर पे आते हैं और उनको relax करना होता है, like screen नहीं देखनी होती है, at that time they listen to KuKu FM. And the interesting part is that our like most of the users are from tier 1 and tier 2 cities, and in that part also that most like we have students, people who are doing jobs, people who are doing businesses, some retired people. So these are the like demography, and most of the users are lying like 18 to 35 age bracket.
Right. And a key part of your business is to have partnerships with content creators and so on, right? Now, वो बहुत बड़ी challenge होगी ना आपके लिए. I mean, how do you go about, getting the best and the brightest of the people onto your platform?
True. So actually, this is also very interesting. So when we started KuKu FM, so when we were doing survey, we reached out to these YouTubers who are already doing audio content. And interestingly, we find out a lot of YouTubers who are already doing just audio content. They were putting their audio content on YouTube just with one image. So we reached out to them and onboarded on KuKu FM. After some time, we like got exhausted of that users. Yeah, we don't have enough YouTubers now. Then we shifted our focus to storytellers, offline storytellers. And we find out these users on Instagram. So whenever they do offline storytelling, they take an image and put a status on Instagram, and we reached out to them and we onboarded a lot of storytellers from there. Then we reached out to a lot of these RJs communities. Right. So there are a lot of RJ colleges in Mumbai. So we onboarded a lot of RJs on our platform. When this COVID happened, everyone tried to become a creator. Like they wanted to create the content, and audio is the easiest way to create the content. Right. When you write a blog, it takes like around 1 week to write a good blog. When you record a video, it's like take a lot of effort. Your lighting, like a good camera, and you take multiple versions. Audio is the easiest way. So when this lockdown happened, everyone started recording podcast. Like in lockdown, we got around 3x jump in podcasters. Awesome. Yeah. Right. This was a great moment for us. And now like day by day, our number of podcasters is increasing on KuKu FM platform.
Right. So aside from audience and distribution, are you also thinking about monetization, helping, content creators make this as a sustainable livelihood as such?
Yeah. So actually, in audio, we didn't started monetization yet, but in audio, like we have done multiple surveys. So the users who are using the audio, mostly they are like trying to use their time effectively when they are offline of the screen,
Hmm.
and this thing is adding value in their life. So
Hmm.
there are already one content in this field of the screen wala part, that is music for entertainment, and this audio part is for like adding like mostly meaningful content, knowledge, motivation, audiobooks, these kind of the content. So they use this content just to utilize their time effectively. So when we done the survey in the Indian market with our users, we find out that these users are like as I told you, that most of the users who are very sticky with our platform are using like more than 3 hours on the platform.
Hmm.
So, and they are feeling that they are like this platform is adding so much value in their life, so are
Hmm.
they very comfortable to pay for our content, for this audio book motivation, for kids stories, for
Right.
audio courses. So these are the content format they are like comfortable to pay for us, because when you are using something that is adding in value in your life for like 2 hours a day, so they are very comfortable to pay 100 rupees per month. So I
Right.
think the subscription based model will work on audio platform, and we will start monetization model from next year.
Right. How do you see this podcasting medium evolve in India? I mean, India में तो अभी नया है, right? In the US, obviously, this is quite a mature ecosystem there. But how do you see this whole Indian podcasting thing evolve?
So actually, when we started KuKu FM, we 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 also done survey on China market and US market, and we find out that India is the third largest market for the podcasters,
Hmm.
and this was
Interesting.
very interesting. In the US, mostly this conversation kind of podcasts are working very well, and mostly they are doing some conversation and recording, and this is they are doing as a podcasting. In China, it is very horizontal, like in the audio they also putting audiobooks in the same section, they are putting motivation in the same section, kids stories also same section, this kind of podcast also in the same section.
Hmm.
So when we started the KuKu FM, we also started with the same way, in the horizontal way. So on our platform you can find content for religion, you can find content for audiobooks, you can find content for kids, you can find content for motivation, and like there are multiple other categories. And over the time we realized that this conversation kind of podcast is, we are in the like third largest market, but there are other kind of content format that is which is working very well in the India. Like people want to use their time very effectively offline, and they are listening this kind of content. So like I think in last 2 year 3 year, India is growing very fast, and because of these other kind
Yeah.
of content format,
Yeah.
like people are waiting for the like religion kind of content, education content, audio books content, and this actual podcast is also increasing in the India.
Right. Yeah.
So I think
So
the growth rate is very high compared to US and China in India.
right, right. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see some of the top Indian podcasts. One of the podcasts which was really, I mean, high on that engagement, reach and engagement scale was this guy who is talking about Telugu stories, basically, and he was, I think, the second highest or something in India, right? I would never have guessed. I just would not have guessed, something like that, right? But you're
Yeah,
seeing a lot of finance, for example, a lot of people putting out very, very good content on finance, on news, current affairs, and so on and so forth. Uh, Being part of that ecosystem, I kind of understand that, I mean, a lot of it is picking up actually, I would
yeah.
say.
So let me tell you one example, that when we started KuKuFam, we never thought that. So we thought that this actual podcast, the conversation kind of podcast will work, then
Mm,
religion content will work. But suddenly we find out that the current affairs kind of content is working very well. So there is one creator in Bhopal. He started recording this current affairs content on our
right.
platform, and suddenly we saw the jump there. So
Mm,
that only one kind of content created a vertical on our platform. Like Then we started creating other educational content, and that is working very well on the platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are some other storytellers there is interesting part on our platform. So in India there are multiple players for podcasting, like these Ghana Sawan, even Spotify is also doubling down on the platform. But the good thing on our platform is that we are like a community platform. Like when you are doing one podcast, we also connect listeners to you, and you can like actually you can do comments, do messages, like follow, like you can actually feel that community behavior. And that is very strong actually. Whenever somebody like started recording on platform, he feel that connection is like they don't want to leave then our platform. They're so
Right.
happy with that community that wow, now I'm getting actually like the real feedback from my listeners.
Right.
And they also their listeners comment on their podcast, then they reply, then they feel that real connection. So that is very strong actually on our platform. In on Ghana, Sawan and Spotify, it is not possible. They are just behaving podcast as a like high quality, as a music. Music is very high quality content, and it doesn't need as a social behavior.
Right.
They are also like treating this podcast in the same way. But on our platform, it is like very community oriented platform.
Right. I definitely agree. I mean, I have a couple of things to pick up on, right? So one is this whole social aspect of it. I mean, people do tend to appreciate that the content creator responds to, whether there could be comments or whether it could be any of these feedback or anything, right? We see like very high engagement when we actively respond to our users. And the second is this whole news and current event sort of a thing, right? So which is why we started doing the startup news every week. In fact, I mean, we recorded, we went live just earlier today on that, right?
Oh,
um,
nice.
yeah. Uh, so Bisu, you are in the app business per se, right? I mean, so your business is, I mean, it's based on an app as such, and there are various specific attributes to growing an app business as such. What are some of these unique characteristics that you notice?
So actually, uh, so when we started this app, so this is the content platform overall. This is also in the same segment where OTT platforms lies. So in the content format, you can see multiple kind of platforms. So there is one is Netflix. It is very high quality, like, long form content, zero social behavior. Like you can't go and like or do comments.
Right.
Other side, you can see YouTube. YouTube is like uh, medium quality content, high social behavior, like you can follow, do comments and all these things. And there is a TikTok platform where you can like short form content, and again high social activity there, like you can comment, follow, do message and all these things. So I think this is very important to understand that where we lie. Like, are we in the Netflix kind of segment, high long form content and very good quality content, and like then you can do only content kind of thing. You don't need to do the social kind of thing. But when you know that we are like in the segment where our quality is not equal to Netflix, but we are like this is the like long form content and average quality content, but people want to connect with their creators. This is like enough to like consume the content, but they also want to connect with their creators. So when you understand these kind of thing, you make your platform like where creators can create their content very easily, listeners can consume content very easily. Then the third part comes, you can connect them there on your platform. Like you connect the behavior between your listeners and creators. Then comes like from these three things, the side effect of these three things is the growth wala part. When they started talking to each other, the creators and listeners, they start to share the content to other social platforms. Listeners also share this content to their family members in friend circle. So we like on our platform, word of mouth is very strong because of this communication wala part, because of the community. So around 50 to 60% users we are getting organically.
Right.
So because of like we in the early time we find out that yeah, we need the social behavior, we need the community kind of behavior, so that
Right.
people will talk to each other. Then there's this growth wala part we नहीं बोला. The people will talk to each other and the word of mouth behavior come out of this.
Right. So another key aspect of the app business as such is the fact that Play Store is a gatekeeper, right? What has been your experience with the Play Store? And recently, I mean, there were some problems with Paytm, for example, and so on, right? So, what has your experience been like?
So actually, uh, I have a good incident with Play Store. So in 2019, when I was raising Series A, so we were doing like we are growing users exponentially. We are getting enough users, and we are like we are growing in creators exponentially, and we were in the market to raise Series A. And one day I got a call from a member in the office saying that I can't find our app on the Play Store. What? We were in the between of the talk with the investors. Then
Right.
I was searching on the mobile and there was no app. And तो फिर मैंने देखा कि मेरे कुछ did I get any email or something. Then
Right.
there was I find out one email saying that that was a DMC notice. You have done some copyrighted infringement. We removed your app. Now do this, and we will make live your app. I
Wow.
was what? Like there was no warning, nothing. We removed your app. You have done this copyright infringement. So this was from someone from Saregama filed the complaint that we are using their copyrighted content. We were using their RSS podcast on our platform. And RSS podcast is public and anyone can
Of course.
like put on the platform and can stream from their server. And we were doing that like very legally. We were like, what? How can it possible? Like we are not like we are not doing anything with their content. We were not customizing their content and doing anything. Then we replied them that we are just using this public RSS feed. And if you are not okay, we will remove it. Just like kar do hamari app. If you have problem, we will discuss. We are removing this RSS feed. Even we are doing legal, but we will remove the RSS feed. Then just make our app live because we are in the process of the Series A, and we were like in the advanced talk with the investor.
Right.
And like we sent out this email, and like we didn't get any response from the Google team. We waited for 1 day, 2 day, and there are like 25 people who are working in the office. They are coming in the morning and asking that हमारी ऐप कहाँ पे है, हम किसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं. They started talking like this, and I was like, अभी Google का reply आएगा, and we will be live. Like we have removed that RSS feed. Even we were like legal, but they are Saregama filed that we are using their content. We removed that RSS feed. Now we are completely fine. We waited for 4 or 5 days. There was no reply. Then we reached out someone from the Google employee, from the investor network. We reached out to some Google employee, asked them, this thing has happened and our app is not there and we are in very critical condition. And they said that like we don't know, like this department is different. We don't have any control. We were like, what? Then how? Like they are not giving us any response, and you don't know how to reach out to them. Then what should we do? Then finally, some investor connected us to the Play Store lead in India, and like she helped us to reach out to these people. And then we find out that there is a team some in other country, and they are looking for this matter, and they are working in a different time zone. So ये करते करते 10 दिन हो गए, and I was like what the hell, like, and the investors also like उनको भी पता चल गया कि यार तुम्हारी ऐप चली गई है. They ask me क्या तुम्हारी ऐप आई है नहीं, ऐप आई है नहीं, ऐप आई है.
Obviously, yeah.
And I was like मैं क्या करूँ, और एम्प्लॉइज डेली ऑफिस में आ रहे हैं, वो पूछ रहे हैं कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, like हम काम किसके लिए देख रहे हैं, कुछ नंबर देखें, कुछ कंजम्पशन देखें, क्या करें हम यहाँ पे.
Right.
And then they said that it will just take 2 days and they will make it live. You remove the content, it will just take 2 days. Okay, we thought they will make it live. So after like 2 days there was nothing, and then we reached out to same guy that क्या हुआ, like live हो जानी चाहिए थी 2 दिन बाद में. Then they informed us कि यार नहीं वो उस टीम के पास नहीं है, this is some UK टीम के पास है तुम्हारा केस. Oh my god, like you know the series and they didn't even know कि हमारा केस किसके पास है. then we hired one lawyer कि यार अब
Hmm.
तुम like we thought कि यार ठीक है ये parallel process चल रहा है and let's do some legal work, क्या पता उससे हो जाए. So we hired one lawyer and asked them to help us. So he said कि this DMCA notice is like from the US government, like this is not something from Indian government, like you can't do anything here. So that lawyer find out some lawyer in the US. He talked to him that what we can do, and this was a like time zone difference also, and we were working like in that time in the
Shucks.
morning or in the evening time. And he said that I can help you, and you have to do these things, and you have to spend like around 20 lakh rupees. We were like, what is
Crazy.
going on here? And finally, like we got a response from this team that we like this team is looking after your case, and this app will be live in 2 days. Again, 2 days. And like I already passed 2 weeks, and again they are saying 2 days. How can I believe? And investors, every employee is asking me कि यार क्या चल रहा है, like हम live भी होंगे या नहीं होंगे. And I was kind of like, it was pure mental torture. Like I was not able to even sleep.
Right.
You are working from 1.5 years and you have good traction, everything, and you are just about to raise series and your app is like delisted from Play Store. You can imagine
Right.
what will be your situation. Finally, then I think after 22 days or 23 days,
Crazy.
they listed our app.
Crazy.
Oh my God. Like then I realized, oh my God, I like we are nothing. Like someone from there, they just can switch our like
Yeah.
we are dreaming here that we will make a unicorn and decacorn, and somebody sitting in other country, they can just press a switch and
Right.
you are disappeared. It
Man,
was
that's a
like
crazy, crazy
it
experience.
was
Seriously, crazy
yeah.
experience. And in my conversations with founders as well, right? I mean, this is exactly what they say, which is that look, we don't mind paying Google for whatever is due to Google, but the least we expect is some kind of customer experience, right? I mean, we are one of the largest markets here for the Play Store, and you don't even have a team sitting out of here that can respond to you on things like this, right? I mean, your app got delisted for some reason. The basic minimum courtesy is to say why it was and how you can fix it, right? And give a turnaround of some time as to whether it's
Yeah,
2 days
yeah.
or
Like the
4 days or
first
whatever
thing
it
they
is.
didn't even give us, they didn't even send a warning email. कि यार you are doing this thing. We will remove your app if you
Right.
will keep doing this. They
Right.
just removed app and disappeared. Like we
Yeah.
are done, and now you do whatever you want, and then you figure out. Oh my
Right.
God, it was a very like
That's a crazy experience. Yeah.
mental torture.
Right.
Then,
So I think, I mean, Google should be more proactive on that front. Otherwise, I mean, they're just waiting for trouble, I feel, because right now, considering how much of power is getting concentrated into the App Store or the Play Stores, I think somebody either I would hate for some kind of regulation to come in and devolve some of that power. So best would be like Google and Apple step up, be more proactive on that front, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I also like if somebody is putting regulation on free market, then I also hate those things. But if somebody is like dictating, then we have no solutions.
Yeah, obviously you
And
don't have
like
any solutions. Yeah.
they are not giving any warning. Again, we find out that DMCA is something about the US government. You can't do here anything,
Mm,
and we were like helpless. Like even we can't like even if we are like we are there 25 people in the company,
mm.
कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हैं. Like कर भी नहीं सकते. Like that was
Right.
very horrible. Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. So you mentioned Series A. So I think you raised Series A from 314 Capital, right? So
I
uske baad, I
read
mean,
Series A, like Series A from Vertex, and
okay, sorry,
so
Vortex. Right.
yeah, so
Right.
314 and IQ also did Super Pro Rata.
Right. Right. So what is that experience like? I mean, how has life changed after Series A, I would say?
Yeah. So actually, uh, I think this is also very, I think very interesting. If I will see how I was in before series and now how I am. So before series A, like we were just doing experiment on the product, experiment on the content, experiment on the different kind of users, that how what we can find out more. And after series A, I think you have a clear direction, and you start like executing the things. And the second most important thing is you also build your team. Like building your team is very, very important. So there are two most important part after the series A. That one is going in one direction and executing the thing. Second is building a very smart team, because after that you will not going to get the time to make awesome team. So you spend a lot of time to hire good people in your team.
Right.
So we like before series A, like we were around 20 people, 25 people. After series A, we hired like very good, smart people, and now we are around 50 people. So one, we spend enough time in that part, and second, we spend time like in executing the thing and going in one direction.
Right. Right. How is your business team structured? I mean, what is the split like? So, do you have some people looking after content creators, some people looking after users, or I mean, it's there's an overlap,
So when we started, like everyone is working, everyone, whatever they like, they can work.
right?
In team was mix engineers, product managers, and content creators. They were talking to everyone because it was a small team, and you can work like that. After series A, we started getting trouble that this structure can't grow. So I started talking to other guys that how their company structure is, and we find out that pod structure is the best way to go ahead. Then we divided our team into pods. In first, we divided our engineering and product team into pods, and other teams are again working in the same way. And then we started learning that how it is working. Then we done like product groups. Like in content, there is engineers, product managers, and business people. So that was a pod. In growth, there are like in product manager, engineers, and business people. So that was a pod, and one pod is for engagement. So we started this was the org structure. We divided into three pods, and second best thing we did was the implemented OKRs. So initially we were working just like this is the list we have to achieve, and this is the task you will do.
Right.
When you are like, I think about 30 people, you can't do that way. And this is the list, and you have to work. So actually, in the start of this year, we started implementing OKRs, and it is working very well for us. Very well. Like now,
Fantastic.
everyone know that what is the vision of the company, what are the objectives of the company, and what is the like objective of the CEO. And now every pod have their own objective, and every team member have their own objective. So they have very like clear goals and objective, and they know that what they have to achieve in one quarter. So I think these two things are very helpful for us. One is pod structure, second is OKRs.
Right.
Now I'm working on the third thing, that is the values of the company. I think when you start a company, everything is like you have your own values, but it is like implicitly.
Implicit. Yeah.
But after a certain time, you have to explicitly tell your people that these are our values of our company, and everyone should go ahead with these values. So these three things are very important for a company.
Right. So I want to talk about that pod structure a little bit. You've made every pod self-sufficient, right? So it has engineering and business together with it. What are some of the advantages that you see with that, and what are some of the disadvantages?
So actually, when I started pod structure in the beginning, our pod structure was like only engineers and product manager. So I divided into three pods. Like one is growth, engineer and product manager. One is for content, engineer and product manager. One is engagement, and other business people were working just like that, like random distributed. And after 2 months, I realized that this is not the effective way. Like we are not working effectively, because every time when business people are doing something, I was the point of the contact that what is going on in the product and engineer side. and there was the communication gap, and it was not the best when sometimes there was a communication gap, and they like business people have a lot of questions that why we have this feature, why there are a lot of bugs, and these things. So they have a lot of demands from their side, and then
Right.
there was only one person to uh, convey this thing that these are the demands from this side. So this was not working effectively when we were growing. So we thought that let's put together this business unit and pod things. And from last quarter, we are working in this structure, like business people and pod, like we are calling it a project group, like not
Right.
pod group, project group. So
Right.
there is business people and these engineers and product managers, and it is working very well. Like now they can communicate to each other because now they know that what is going on in the product side, what the engineers are working, and the business people can ask that I need this feature and that feature. So that our communication part is eliminated, and like it, and like because of that our communication, there was a lot of meetings were happening. Now like there are less meetings and more work.
Right.
So this is the big advantage. The con part is that when you implement the pod structure, some of your teams go in the silo
Mm.
because the content part is working in like together, and the growth part is working together, and in that part is working to make sure that we have like some shared OKRs
Mm.
so that they can collaborate with each other. And we have one meeting every week together with all the pods, so that they will be in the sync. So
Right.
the two, yeah. So this is the biggest problem in the pod structure in OKRs, that some of the team members will go in the silo. So to
Right.
eliminate that, we are doing sync meetings and like sync collaborated OKRs.
Right. Yeah, listening to you speak, I mean, I feel like you've picked up a lot of learnings from your first experience as a founder, right? So, being a second time founder, what are some of those learnings that you're putting into practice at this point of time?
Yes, this is also very important. I think the first learning I got is about the team. Your team should be like very, like you can say A plus plus. Like never ever hire even A.
Mm.
Always hire A plus plus. Like because in the initial days you can't manage people. Everyone should be working as themselves, and they should know that where they are putting their energy. Second thing I think I learned is about the vision and values. I think in the first company I was not clear about the vision and the values in the company. Like I didn't have that one clear path that I want to improve. I in some way deep down in my mind it was there, but I was
Mm.
not communicating it very well. Like I was not talking about it daily that we are here to improve our education system, something like that. In today I am like I talk daily around like 5 to 10 times, like make life better off the screen, make life better off the screen. So this is very important. Like when I'm not there, they can make the decision without me. Like they know that where are we going. Like I can add something that can add into this vision. So these are two very important things, that one is team and second is like this, your vision and values are very important for your companies.
Right. Right.
Yeah, other things
So,
like can follow when you go ahead, but these things are very important. Otherwise, after some time, you get like everyone going in different direction. Otherwise, you hire big people and you are managing those people. Then like
yeah.
waste of the effort, waste of the money, and you will not go anywhere.
Yeah. No, especially in the initial days, you feel that, just someone else can just, take some burden off of you, right? I mean, you want to hire for capacity, more than talent, I would say, right? But I mean, it's always a decision that you will come to regret, I feel, Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, when you start the company and it's when you started working well, then you suddenly you don't have even time to think that about the like what kind of team I am building.
Mm.
And I think this is very important to be conscious about that when you are hiring. Like
Mm.
in initial days, you have to take every interviews, and somebody in your team or you yourself, you have to like always check that you are like increasing the bar. Like this member will join our team and it will increase the bar. It will increase the bar.
Absolutely.
It should never go that bar lower. Like every time ask, either you like the CEO can answer or somebody else in your team can answer that after joining this team member, our company bar will go higher.
Right.
Make sure this, so your team will be always there.
Right.
And for vision, I think CEO should be always upfront that this is our vision, this is our vision, these are our values.
Right. That's fantastic. So we've had a fascinating chat about your journey so far. To end the podcast, I would like to understand your vision for the future. So making life better off screen. What is the goal, year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What will KuKu FM become?
So actually we are very aligned with our vision, and I think it is very clear from the sentence that we are making life better off the screen. So all the effort and everything will go in this direction. And now when we are working for this direction, we are making life better for listeners. We are making life better for creators, podcasters, and our effort is to make the biggest audio content platform in India. And we are trying, we will reach around 50 million monthly active users in next 4 to 5 years. That's our target.
Fantastic. All right, Bisu, more power to you. All the best with the wonderful work that you're doing with KuKu FM, and hopefully we'll catch up a little before the 50 million mark itself and discuss, how far you've grown, right? So fantastic. Thank you so much, Bisu.
Thank you.